Yes, indeed, ladies and yes, indeed. Good evening, good morning. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. I am doing, well, quite beyond well. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing quite beyond well. I am in an effervescent mood. I'm in very emotional, right? I'm going to be emotional tonight, right? Because, I assume I will get on to talking about geeky stuff. Just to be clear, right? Just to be clear. You have no idea. I'm telling you, you have no idea what it's like to be at war and it to be over, right? You have no idea, and God willing, you should never know, right? You've no idea. I'm telling you, it changes everything. A lot of people are very resistant, right? Very resistant to accept it and to hope. Right, I am very resistant. I am Mr. Touchy-feely, happy, good guy. Right, everybody else is like, bah humbug. Right, I think Trump's right. Right, I think Trump was right. You should know when you won. Fuck me, you know when you won. Right. So I'm going to be talking a lot about the war from a personal perspective. Trump was crazy. Holy crap! Trump was super Trump, right? That Trump was like turned up to 11. Trump was like I've never seen him before. Oh my god, that was crazy. Like there was a bit. Well, firstly, okay. I'll wait till I get to the segment. Okay, I'll wait till I get to the segment, which is coming soon. But like, see, I try and view things from a perspective of God, right? Rather than perspective of us, because we live in the weeds. And I try and look at things on a broad canvas, right? Again, I think that's looking at things like God. Right, and when you look at the currents of history and time, things are really been good. Right, I firmly believe Donald Trump is the Messiah of the nation of Edom. Right, he is literally bringing peace. Nation of Edom is the brother of Edom and was it Jacob? No, Isaac. Sorry, I'm translating from Hebrew, right? One of the things that Trump made me laugh saying, it was like, I prefer Abraham calls and Ophrahum. As a couple of times he tried to say some Jewish words. The Donald can't be more white bread, right? But man, so I got a lot of thoughts going on about what's happening. But looking at this from a theological perspective, the universe is heading towards a messianic age, right? It just is. That's what messianic age is. It's peace. It's harmony, right? It's the word shalom essentially means is the same as the yin and the yang, right? It's us all being disparate and individual yet fitting together, right? And you can do that if you have a common, if we all had we should be able to do that. Jews, Muslims, and Christians should all be able to interact easily, right, with one another because we all believe in the same God, essentially. I mean, Christians a bit less. But Jews and Muslims, Christians. I mean, like we all have the same. We are all the Abrahamic religions, right? That's a lot of us, and you could say Hinduism as well. There was a thing that Abraham had some kids after his wife was killed with a maidservant, and they got sent away to the east. And so the word Hindu is the word Jew without the word letter Yud, which is a spiritual letter, which it's not connected to the ground, right? Which is a fair critique of what Hinduism is. to my limited knowledge. So my point is this: we all should be able to interact fine. Say, look, we all believe in the same God. We just relate to this God in different ways, right? No, fucking hate each other. I mean, like, look, I don't think. I don't know. I mean, especially Muslims and Jews. We really shouldn't have any issue, and we didn't, right? Up until the 1870s. That's where it started, and it started with Zionism, right? Because Zionism was a national, a desire for a Jewish national identity, right? With our own homeland, our own indigenous homeland, who had been exiled from 2,000 years, right? So that's essentially what Zionism is. Not Zionism is. It was an impossible dream. People moved to Israel to, they had like small colonies, right? Nobody thought you're going to get a country. It was impossible, right? It was absolutely impossible. And then after the Holocaust, it became a reality. Excuse me. But that was really what the the cornerstone of the Muslim anti-Semitism is. That's where it came from. Because they know inherently that with a Jewish return to Israel, we will eventually lay claim to the temple. The Dome of the Rock is where the Jewish temple is, right? Eventually, that's good. They think that's going to happen. Actually, wouldn't. Yeah, we in the 67 war, we really had the opportunity to do that, to blow up the Dome of the Rock. Right, the Arabs had fled. We had won. We had total victory. After being the massive underdog, right? And I believe the army rabbi chaplain said, "Let's just blow it up. It's Messiah time, right?" He was because this was crazy, right? 1967. Israel was attacked by all the neighboring Arab states, and we kick all of their asses. I'm sorry, that's not normal. We're not that good. I mean, we are, but we're not, right? We're that good because of the grace of God, right? Because this is what God said He's going to do. Now, I don't know if you believe in God or don't believe in God, or what your conception of God is. I know in my conception of God, which is a very mainstream Judeo-Christian one, right? It's this is just what he said. He said, "Look, when a Jewish army will, one will chase 100, one will chase 10, 10 will chase 100, and 100 will chase 10,000." So really, we just been through something like that. we just survived and prevailed through insurmountable odds. Just as we did in 67. Where this goes from here, I don't know. Because honestly, I think that Trump is a messianic figure, right? I think he's a Messiah of the nation of Edom, right? And the thing is, Edom and Isaac were all supposed to work together, right? Doing exactly, Edom was supposed to deal with the outside world, right? And we were supposed to deal with a, theological connection to God, right? And act as a conduit for that, to Edom. Essentially, I've always said, the relationship is akin to Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker being Isaac, Han Solo being Edom, right? So I think Donald Trump. Yeah, one of the many reasons I think he's the Messiah of the nation of Edom. So the Bible, the Jewish Bible, the Torah, right, uses very, very limited words, right? It doesn't add any verbiage it doesn't need to. And you know how they describe Edom in the Bible? They say he was tall and red, right? And when they say red, they mean orange. There's this completely red cow we're supposed to have, which we right now we have about 6 of them, I think. They can't be allowed to get a blemish, right? Right, yeah, I think we've got 6 there, and they need to be sacrificed, and then their bodies burnt, I think, and their ashes sprinkled into into water, and then you get anointed by them. That's the only way you can go on to the Temple Mount. Okay, fine. That is very rare you have one of these cows. Anyway, we have 6 right now, apparently. Anyway, where are we? Well, the 6-day war. We build the temple. Okay, fine. So get to right now, right? And look, we're living in biblical times. I'm sorry, there's no other way of viewing it. We have been for a long time. And look at COVID. A disease comes and the whole world has to huddle indoors, right? That's just biblical. I'm sorry. That's the definition of that's the sort of yes. That's the sort of shit that happens in Bibles. Yes, big broad stroke shit like that. I find that biblical, right? And we've been living out the prophesied end of days, right? The only thing we're wrong with is, and I think it's just because the Jews are fuck ups, right? In that they can't stop talking shit about each other, right? And that's literally it. I think that's literally it, right? Otherwise, that we wouldn't need the Messiah of the nation of Edom, because we would have our own Messiah. If we would, but I think God. Here's the thing: God made this promise to Abraham that He will bring the entire nation, of Jews into the Messianic age. And the only way you can do that is by either improving oneself or pain, right? Experiencing pain. Anyway. So that was a relationship between Isaac and Esau. That's what Isaac and Jacob. That's Esau and Jacob. My mistake, right? That as foreseen by Isaac, right? It never came to pass, and there was a prophecy that it would at the end of the days, right? That they finally meet up again when they're older, and Jacob thinks he's going to get be decimated by him, right? I mean, imagine Israel and like Donald Trump and the entire military is coming towards us. We're like, fuck. Fuck. Like anybody would, right? Pissed off Donald Trump, right? So that wants to kill him. That's kind of the scene in the Bible. And then it turns out he didn't want to kill him. They were loving to each other. Well, he was like, Esau was loving to Jacob, and he said, "Come, let's walk together." He said, "I can't," says Jacob. "I got all this stuff now, my sheep, my wives, my kids. They slow me down, but in the future we will walk together." And I'm watching that biblical prophecy. I mean, it might just be a coincidence. Whatever. But I'm watching another biblical prophecy play itself out in front of my eyes. All right? So this war, now let's get up to where we are, the present day. This war is awful. It was awful. Every moment it was awful. You have no idea what it's like to live through a war, right? To be personally invested in a war. It is... it's a sickness and a weight that weighs on you permanently. There's no escaping it. There's no rest from it. There's no getting away from it. Right? You can I don't know, zone out, watch TV. Hopefully something good is on. There's no getting away from it. I had 2 boys literally on the front lines. Fuck me. And it's not like I didn't know any soldiers that didn't come back. Right? Somebody posted on Facebook yesterday, like this guy is like, I'll say it, the Jewish word is a Sunny Gabor, a completely righteous person. Like and he's so normal, and he lost his son. right? Who was just the most wonderful guy. I mean, I'm not joking. He was just a ray of sunshine, this guy. And it's just like, we're all, I mean, I hardly knew him. And it's been over a year and I'm still in shock. Right? I really am. I mean, like, I can't believe it. Like, he was a young father. And he had one son. And it's really rough. We didn't lose many troops. We lost 915, I believe. Right, my daughter was telling me. But each one hurts like that. I hardly knew him. I hardly knew him. There's like remembrances now. Yeah, that's everywhere you go in Israel. There's like these stickers and flyers people put up as tributes to the fallen, right? And it's like 9/11, and they're everywhere. Wherever you go, you have a notice board with all these pictures of these young men up, right? That and and it's different wherever you go because they're all from there. You've no idea what it's like. I'm telling you, you've no idea what it's like because again, it could have been you. That was the horror of October 7th. It could have been you. It could have been your sister. It could have been your kid. It could have been your brother. It could have been fucking anyone. It could have been you, right? And that's why we the plight of the hostages was so central to our very being for 2 fucking years. Oh, and it could have gone on for another 3, right? And it just got more miserable by the fucking second. Oh, you've no fucking idea, and God willing, you never fucking should, right? Oh, and I was lucky, right? I came out unscathed, right? I was lucky. Fuck me. Oh, it's a terrible thing to be at war, right? I never knew, right? I never knew. And again, it's like you just can't understand unless you experience it, right? So, fuck me. Thank God it's over, right? It's over. Oh, not that I like Roger Waters, right? Massive anti-Semite that he is. But that the part in Pink Floyd, The Rule, where they go, praise the Lord, it's over. Let me see if I can find that clip, right? And that's really what it fucking feels like. And it's not like rationing anything. I mean, yeah, we did the bullshit having to run to a bomb shelter a lot, like just a lot. Hang on, let me see if I can find this. Pink Floyd, The Wall, praise the Lord. There we go. Is that one? No, I don't want the whole album. What the hell? I don't want Comfortably Numb. Another brick. No, okay, I guess not. Wow. I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised. Praise the Lord. Yeah, I'm going to try to praise the Lord. It's over. No, just get Comfortably Numb. I'm surprised the whole movie isn't on YouTube. Yeah, I don't hear. Okay, let me do a Google search, see if they come up with anything. Videos. Another brick in the wall. No, really? Outside the no, okay, none of these are right? None of these are right. Well, this guy is not. No, it's not a brick wall. Forget it. Anyway, thank God it's over. So that's my first thing. Now, a lot of people are very resistant. Like my daughter, for example, like very resistant to accept it and to extend hope. So that's why these 28, I think, 24 now, remaining dead hostages That's the Israelis are like they're like you know a cat when it's like right, it's fucker like that, right? They're not going to retract their claws until these bodies are returned, right? And God help me, I hope they can find them. Fuck me, it's a big fucking deal. Right, it's a big fucking deal. But yeah, again, look, the thing that Trump said over and over again in his speech, which was fucking crazy. That was so that was just completely insane. His speech. I've never seen anything like. But here, look. First, let's look at the thing. This is why, we went to war, right? The hostages coming home, right? And like each one of these, again, each one of these are so powerful because. And again, it could have been any one of us, right? It could be any like this was a rough one. Okay, well for me, I will probably stop crying. Even though I've seen it like twice, 3 times before. Okay, so those things he's holding there, that's his lulav, right? That's what we need during this Jewish holiday that we have right now. It's a weird holiday, right? But this is obviously, that means he's a religious guy, right? And I believe his son wasn't religious and he was kidnapped from the Nova Festival, which was a very not religious place to be, right? God bless him, right? This guy's been in hell for 2 fucking years, right? I can't even fucking imagine it. Oh, anyway, so he's about to see his son. He's putting down his liver.
אבי, כן, זהו. בואי מירי. גם.
אז רגע, אני אשים את התיק פה, כאילו?
שימי, שיהיה לך נוח אחרי זה.
זה בסדר?
Wait. You see she's wearing a t-shirt? There was so many of them. Right? It was like 9/11, when people put up the pictures, they're looking for people. There's so many of them people made.
שימי, שיהיה לך נוח אחרי זה.
זה בסדר לשים פה? אפשר להיכנס? בואו. אבי, להשאיר את ה...
שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד.
So that's a very central Jewish prayer, speaking about the unity and love of God, right? Like again, this I can't imagine where this guy's face been for the last 2 years, right? Dark bloody places, right? Dark fucking places. I bet he's begged God every day to protect his son and bring him home. I know he has, because we all have. I mean, but like I know he has. Right. So that's the prayer he says, right? And he finally sees his son. So that's a blessing you say when the first time you've done something in at least a year, right? So I guess you can't not put yourself in this guy's position, being me. I mean, he is egging the pudding, I'll admit. It sounds like Dad. I was just kidnapped by Hamas for a couple of fucking years. So he said Chaim Shali, which is my life, right? You're my life, right? It's a common thing. And then he said, Olam Shali, my world. And that's why we were at war, right? That's why we were at war. Thank fuck it's over. Oh, God, thank God. And I think the future looks very, very good. Honestly, I'm one of the only people who think so. But again, I have a more, I think I try to have more perspective than is normal, right? Here's another one. really should have put more crying Jews on the thumbnail. Well, me now thinking about it. It's not good, and I keep saying the same thing. Yeah, and it's amazing. And the BBC, fuckwits they are, evil bastards the BBC are. They called this a hostage exchange. No, it wasn't. We gave them 1,000 fucking murderers we gave them 100 murderers for each one of these, and it's worth the fucking price. A lot of people don't think so. A lot of people don't think so. I think so. I think it's worth the price, right? It's here. Where is it? Hang on. I can't find that. All right, look, we've got a bunch more, but thank God. Thank God they're home, right? Thank God they're home. Trump at the Knesset was outrageous. Oh, and now, look, here's my thinking, and I might be wrong, right? I might be wrong. I hope I'm not, but I might be wrong. I think we're at a unique time. I think we're at an axis point of reality. I think we're at a time of change. And we very obviously are globally. I mean, look, Labour and Tories are both dead. The entire political structure of the last several hundred years, gone. Right? And that really is the truth. That's insane. As reform becomes a new mono party. Right? It's just the way the world's going, right? The way the world is heading in this direction. But I think we have that going on. I think this is the first time that the Arabs don't have Israel not existing in their living memory, right? Because most up until now, most of them could remember before 1948, right? There were Arabs around who could remember before. Israel's a new thing. Now we're on the third generation already, right? And I think they're asking themselves, why are we fighting this stupid battle? The Jews say they can be fine. All they got to do is just accept us, right? That's it. And they all know the fucking truth, right? They also know it's a global embarrassment to them that the Palestinian people live like shit, right? And they're always defeated, right? It's a global embarrassment to them. As Muslims, they're ashamed of it, right? And I think they want it done, right? I think they want it done. I think they just like, well, again, this is what I think this war did, right? More than any other. It broke the back of the Arabs in saying, Israel's not going anywhere. You gave it your best fucking shot, all of you, and you missed. Bottom line, you gave it your best fucking shot, and we crushed all of you, right? So the problem is this, though. People in Israel, they can't take the fucking win. Motherfucker. They can't take the win. They're moaning about the 24 borders. And I guess, yes, that's got to be resolved. I don't want to underplay. They're saying, we're just going to be back to where we were in 10 years. I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so for several reasons, right? I don't think so because theologically, that's not where the world's headed. The world is headed to perfection. I mean, just look what's been going on. Again, it's playing out the end of day scenario for the last 10 years, minimally. Crazily. Donald Trump became president first time, right? That was cray. But, they say then, evil gets complete control or dominion over the world in its final death throes, right? And I think that was the Biden years. Genuinely, it was pure fucking evil. And I think that's why they all banded with Hamas, right? They weren't pro-Palestinian, they're pro-Hamas and anti-Jew. Let's be clear. Most of the liberals, they're anti-Jew, pro-Hamas, right? Because they're morons. And they're the exact opposite of what they think they should be. But, I think the back is broken on this fight, right? I don't think they can get rid of us. If they don't think they can get rid of us, then the coexistence is so much better. Oh, fuck me. Everything gets better for everyone. Oh, Palestinians get to rebuild and live like normal people again, right? And I hope the money right now being negotiated by Trump, and fuck me, how he got this far is amazing. The money being negotiated right now by Trump to rebuild Gaza, I think it's going to come with some pretty ironclad strings that it can only be used for rebuilding Gaza, right? I think that's going to, and then now add into the fact that I think Pete Hegseth, who's the Secretary of War, formerly Defense, right, and Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, the American Foreign Secretary, they are really powerful Charlie Kirk-like evangelical Christians, right? And they really, I think that's a good way of describing both of them. They're very genuine and very passionate, right? And I think they view it as that the reason God put them on this planet in this time in this space was to save Israel. And I think they did that, right? And if they can bring peace to the region, everybody wins, right? Everybody wins. I think the Arabs finally can see that. Like, why fucking fight? It's a tiny little space of land, right? The Jews let everybody go. All the religions do whatever they want, right? We can coexistence. The Arabs could live like people again. Right, that's the way to live. And frankly, while they're at it, they should redevelop Bethlehem, which is a shithole, into a Christian tourist mecca. Right? Well, mecca was the wrong word, but there should be a permanent like Jesus Christ Superstar playing there every night. There should be Christian themed hotels, a Christian theme park. Fuck me, they would print money. And look. God bless them. The Arabs, no one does hospitality like an Arab. Right? Like, if you think you do, no. I go to any nice Arab country, Saudi Arabia, whatever. Right? The service you get there, me, it's beyond insane. Right? Them running that, they would make fortune and they would live like kings, and I'm happy for them to do so. God bless them. And I hope this becomes the attitude moving forward. And everyone is very cynical, right? Because but this is the first time I can ever remember there being a pathway to this golden future. There was never a pathway before, right? And I think Trump could herald it in. Fuck me. And again, that's messianic. I'm sorry. Whatever your belief system, that is messianic by definition. So yeah, look, it's absolutely crazy. That speech again. Look, did you see Netanyahu's speech to him? Because my daughter has a dog, and I'm sorry to make the comparison. Lola really likes positive attention, right? Like, oh my God, no one likes positive attention. So Trump's face during during Netanyahu's speech was very much like that. God bless him, right? Let me see. Netanyahu speech. This is like a 30-second clip, but you definitely get the expression there. Here, let me show you. And look, as he flew in, by the way, on the beach of the Tel Aviv beach, they've written this incredible sign. Thank you, President Trump. We love you. And we do, actually, generally speaking, the Israeli people, we're so happy it's over. That's why the bitching about stuff is just annoying me, right?
I've seen a lot of American presidents. I've seen them all in the time that I've been here, and I've been here quite a lot of time. I've never seen anyone move the world so quickly, so decisively, so resolutely as our friend President Donald J. Trump.
And like, that's a very happy Trump. That's a very happy Trump. And then his speech was wild. It went on for like an hour and a half. A lot of it was off the cuff. A lot of it was rambling and incoherent. But the vision he had for the future, I like. And I think it's possible. I do, right? I really do. I think it's possible because theologically that's where we are in space and time. I think Donald Trump's the guy who could actually do it. And I think the Harris might see fucking sense for once. They all think I'm crazy. They all think I'm crazy. But, you know, look, I saw October the 7th coming. And I did. I warned about it for 18 months. I said, something bad's coming. I told you, right? I predicted it. Oh, man, that was hard. You know, so I'm telling the guy says who saw October 7th coming also tells you, I think happy days are very nearly here. And yeah, his idea of becoming an AI center, it's brilliant. I'll tell you why. You can go down south, right, in the desert, and you can set up a solar farm, right? They have a couple of them there, and they're huge, right? And they power like cities, right? You can have a solar farm just to power the AI, right? Because you need insane amounts of power. They could actually happen here, right? We have we're one of the most technologically advanced nations in the world, right? It could all go down here, and you know what? And but like we all make money. Everybody does well. Let's watch a little bit of Trump's speech, then we'll get into the chat, right? Let's go to start with that one.
Mr. Speaker, esteemed members of the Knesset and cherished citizens of Israel, we gather on a day of profound joy, of soaring hope, of renewed faith, and above all, a day to give our deepest thanks to the Almighty God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
And me from my crazy religious point of view, that makes me vibrate with pleasure that he did that. He publicly thanked God. Oh, God. Jews, are you listening? This is the shit you need to be doing. Holy shit. There was a couple of Arab hecklers, Arab NKs, members of parliament, member of Knesset, who like heckled him, and they were like dragged out in a second. Probably never be seen again.
After 2 harrowing years in darkness and captivity.
Yeah, and it was also bad for the hostages. 20
courageous hostages are returning to the glorious embrace of their families, and it is glorious. 28
and as we've seen, yeah, it actually is glorious.
More precious loved ones are coming home at last to rest in this sacred soil for all of time. And after so many years of unceasing war and endless danger, today the skies are calm, the guns are silent, the sirens are still, and the sun rises on a holy land that is finally at peace, a land and a region that will live, God willing, in peace for all eternity.
Now, I'm sorry. This is the sort of stuff we say the Messiah is going to do, right? It's happening, right? I just think, again, because Jews just can't stop talking shit about each other and even have any conscience about it whatsoever, right? Means that the Jewish Messiah is not there, right? But we got this is pretty good. So then he like kind of like relaxes and goes off script, right? And he does this like shakesy Israeli political map completely.
Guess maybe something could happen that changed my mind. Somebody that's really stupid gets into office. And
oh yeah, so basically he was just warning the opposition leader: don't be a schmuck. Don't be a schmuck. Donald's your daddy. And he's actually right.
Wants to do really bad things, but that's about it. We don't think we're going to have that happen. I hope we're not going to have that happen. And this man is a good man right here. These two men are good men right here.
Okay, so he's pointing to the Speaker of the House and the President, Bougie. And they're not. Bougie is a leftist loser, right? But whatever. Okay.
Hey, I have an idea. Mr. President, why don't you give him a pardon?
So, okay. Netanyahu's under indictment for a whole bunch of stuff. He didn't fucking do anything, for all I can tell. He took a box of cigars. I don't fucking know. But they just want to get him. Get BB. I don't know. I think he was a successful wartime leader. Give him a fucking pass. Just stop with the bullshit. Now, it's very much politically to Bougie's benefit that he doesn't do that. But man, that will gain him so much respect in the country. You have no idea.
Give him a pass.
And I love watching Bougie squirm. Oh.
Come on.
What a great guy. Come on. Give me a partner. Come on. He called on like one of his massive dinosaurs with them as well. It was really strange, a lot of it. But no, a lot of it was a victory lap, and it was a victory lap. Man. How he got Hamas to give back the hostages, I don't fucking know. He got the entire Arab world to say, look, you're done. You're done. You're done fucking up. You're done embarrassing us. You're fucking done. Right? Did you see Israel bomb Qatar the other week? Fuck. These guys are not going to stop. They're not going to, you're fucking done. And I think that's the message to them from the Arab world. I think that's what's going on. Right?
By the way, that was not in the speech, as you probably know.
No,
but I happen to like this gentleman right over here, and it just seems to make so much sense. You know, whether we like it or not, this has been one of the greatest wartime presidents. This is what
prime ministers, but we'll go with it.
Been one of the greatest wartime presidents, and cigars and champagne. Who the hell cares about that?
Exactly. Who the hell cares? All right, let it go. We won the war, and that was, I think, the central message. Know when you fucking won. And the Israelis don't. Hopefully they'll get the message. Right? We need to sort out the other 24 borders. Right? but we want this to work. Oh, you don't. We're sick of war. We're sick of it. Oh. I think I hope by next year that Trump's negotiated a peace in Ukraine and Russia, right? I hope he's done that. And then the Nobel Prize, like, they're not going to have a fucking choice. They look like arse clowns already, right? But, like, nobody thought any of this was ever going to be possible. A couple of weeks ago, I didn't, right? I find this miraculous. And I don't think God does miracles without reason, right? So I think the future of cooperation and region, like, what an incredible power block that would be, right? If we all cooperated, right? Including Iran, right? And Syria's even ready to play, right? Syria's like, do you want to live like savages or do you want to be a great leader? Right? Then, we do like the savage thing, but I'll tell you. Yeah, that's the other thing. None of these countries want to look irrelevant, right? And not climbing on board makes them look irrelevant. I think we're going to have more people join the Abraham Accords. I think we're going to see things change. And I hope we're going to see things change quickly, right? The new year's just started. It's like the TARDIS just landed somewhere, you know. So where have you taken me to this time? Oh, God. I don't know where we're going, right? I don't know where we're going. But if I may quote the great Christopher Eccleston, it'll be the trip of the lifetime. I think it's going to be the trip of a lifetime. I'm very optimistic, right? Very genuinely optimistic about it. This is so funny.
Where's United Kingdom? Where's Russia? Where?
Over here.
Is everything going good? Very good. That's very nice of you.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Thank you for flying in.
Yeah. These people all came in like 20 minute notice.
Back your spot, little. Ow, me. Trump 2.0 is so awesome. I'm sorry.
And I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, slick back, you little fucking worm. Oh, fuck me, I hate him.
And we have so many others, and it's just so
And
many.
he's all pissed. Look at him. Look how pissed he is. Oh, that's going to look bad, isn't it? Fuck me. I'm now just made look like a twat on fucking international TV. We already think you're a twat. Look, here, if it makes you feel better, it's not going to make us think lower of you, right? It's not going to lower our opinion of you. We hate you. We literally hate you, right? I'm not going to wish you death. I just wish you would stop being prime minister and the entire Labour. They're disgusting.
The others, and
look at him out. Fuck me, it's wonderful. Oh, isn't that wonderful? So yeah, the deal is that the Gaza has to be de-armed, right? Demilitarized, and Hamas has to de-arm, and really they have to leave, right? And it was like, oh, we've heard it before. We heard it in Lebanon. We heard it in Gaza before. We've heard it over and over and over again. That, like, you know, the president says this is going to happen, and it never does, right? And that's what people are. I think the difference now is Donald Trump, right? I think there's really a difference now is Donald Trump, and I'll show you exactly why, right? There we go. I really want to get to that. Because, like, when he says this, I kind of believe him.
and because they said they were going to disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them.
How will you do that?
I don't have to explain that to you. But if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. They know I'm not playing games. Okay? Now, we just...
I think that's the difference, right? I think when Trump says that, and it's so weird. I mean, honestly, the only political leader I've ever seen that vaguely keeps his word is Jeremy Corbyn, right? Who seems like vaguely like him. Unfortunately, he's pure evil, right? And a moron. But yeah, a bit of honesty is good. I think that's why I like it.
Something monumental. We got the hostages back. That was the first.
And again, I can't believe how people are downplaying that. This is a complete surrender for Hamas, right? It's their only leverage. And it's not like you got like the supreme leaders, whoever left of them in Qatar, in like $1 billion mansions. and you got like low-level function, like sergeants, or not corporals. That's about as high as it gets because everybody else is dead. Like everybody else is dead. Well, how it actually works is, like in Gaza, there's lots of little family gangs, and then the gangs come together under different banners. That's all the. I'm sure you saw the executions. I'm not going to show them. They're just horrible. Seeing the disarm seems to be a long shot, but I think Trump's saying it, and I don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to do something.
We had to do, above all else, get the hostages back. Now, they misrepresented because we were told they had 26, 24 of...
You're talking about the bodies, right? Which is a big deal, right? It's a very big deal.
Dead hostages, if we can use those terms. And it seems as though they don't have that because we're talking about a much lesser number. But that's a very tough subject. I want them back. That's what they said. I want them back. Also, they said they were going to disarm. And
I don't think Hamas have ever dealt with a leader who actually means what he says before, right? I really don't. But the hostages are saying the minute Trump was elected, the way they treated them changed.
Initially speaking, they needed, they did take out a couple of gangs that were very bad, very, very
They're all bad.
Bad gangs, and they did take them out, and they killed a number of gang members. And that didn't bother me much, to be honest with you. That's okay. It's a couple of very bad gangs. It's no different than other countries. Like Venezuela sent their gangs into us, and we took care of those gangs. We have Washington, D.C., is one of the safest cities in the country. It was one of the worst cities in the country.
And now, this is what I like. Like, it was one of the worst cities, a month ago, 2 months ago? Trump is going to win. I think Trump is going to win so big in the midterms in November next year. I think he's going to do gangbusters, right? The Democrats are pinning everything on literally taking the House or the Senate so they can impeach him over and over again and slug him up every way. I think Trump's going to go through them like a hot knife through butter. I think by the time people are voting, the tariff economy is really going to be paying off. And look, bottom line, again, this is because I'm crazy religious. I think Trump had the Jews back. Right? The Jews back. I think Trump had Israel's back. I think God's going to have Trump's back. Right? I really genuinely do. But I've been wrong about things like that so very often. Right? Let's be fair.
If you go back just a little while ago, right? Now it's safe. You can walk to work. Isn't it nice? But we have told them we want to disarm, and they will disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. And it'll happen quickly and perhaps violently.
I don't think there's much perhaps in it.
But they will disarm. Do you understand me?
Yes. You say
because
quickly.
Everyone says, oh, well, they won't disarm. They will disarm. And I spoke to Hamas, and I said, you're going to disarm, right? Yes, sir, we're going to disarm. That's what they told me. They will disarm or we will disarm them. Got it?
And I think that makes the difference. That makes the first difference. And the second difference is that as I said in my last stream, that this is the first time in living memory that Israel not existing isn't in living memory. It's the first time Israel not existing is not in living memory. I think this Gaza war where they threw everything they fucking had at us, right? And they ended up walking home with their asses in a bag, right? They know Israel's not going anywhere, right? They didn't even come close to rattling us. I don't get me wrong, being at war was awful, right? Absolutely awful. I'm so glad it's over. Oh, you've no idea. I'm so glad. Your life is so different. I mean, I wish there was some kind of switch I could flick so you can feel like what it's like to live in war, right? And then switch over and go, oh my God, there's so much better, right? So anyway, but yeah, generally speaking, this is I think Jews are trying, the Jews of Israel, while they are cynical, it's very hard to it's very hard to tell what joy, right? It's very, very hard to say, no, I'm not going to be that happy or excited, right? It just comes out naturally. So we just had this very joyous holiday, which is where the October 7th started. And sometimes they and when you take out the Bible scrolls we read every Sabbath, right? You dance around with them, and it's the Jewish word is Labadic. It's very Labadic. You like it being a bit Labadic? Well, I don't know. Especially not in England. Anyway, so here's some shots of that, and you see there is like real joy. This is much more joy than normal. I mean, it normally is, but this is more than normal. So this is an army. I think this is an army base in Gaza, right? And look, these are they just became de facto victory celebrations. Yeah, that thing is carrying is the Bible scroll. This is the second night we're allowed to play, electronic stuff and music. I guess the rest of them just nipped out for a fag. But again, I mean, these were the scenes pretty much throughout the country. So look, people's lips are saying one thing, right? Their bodies are saying something very, very different. Yeah, this is what Jews look like when dancing. I'm really hoping we get a bit of when we find the other 11 lost tribes, we have some, how can I put this? People with natural rhythm. They could really help us out, right? They could really help us out because we don't. Got one more of these. Let's have the next one's better. God help me. Let's try this one. I see what's on those flags. I think that's the Jewish temple that will be rebuilt, we believe. Unfortunately, it's on top of the Dome of the Rock. So again, look, the joy of the hostages coming out really can't be overplayed, right? And this thing really, really moved me. I thought this was lovely. So there's a band called Avenged Sevenfold, right? I've never heard of them. Two of the hostages were brothers. They didn't even know if each other was alive. Right, and they only found out on Sunday when they got out, and they joined up again. They're big fans of this band, and the band sent a video to them, a message to them, and I just think it's beautiful because you'll see it for yourself. Let's have a look. Rather than me telling you what it is, why don't I just show you?
Eviatar and Guy, so excited to hear you guys are home today. We've been following the story closely. We knew you guys were
that's a hostage at the bottom. Like you're astounded.
Devoted A7X fans, and we appreciate it so much. The things you guys have been through are just unspeakable, terrible. Hopefully we see you guys soon. Be safe, spend time with your family, get some rest, and hopefully. I
mean, imagine being kept in a Hamas tunnel. Chained, oh God, you don't even want to know what position they're in, right? And then you come out and Peter Capaldi sends you a message. With my it'd be fucking Joji and shooting. I was like, really, Joe, really, Joe? Yeah, thank you. Is Peter Blake there? No. Oh, okay, fine, thank you.
We can see you guys soon. Welcome home. Glad you guys are okay.
No.
Welcome home. Glad you guys are okay. See you soon.
No.
That was his brother. What did he just say? Mr. Shadows is waiting for you. I guess that's the name of the... I have no idea.
Shadows מחכה לך.
די.
אולי גם סיניסטר גייטס.
די, נו. באמת? אתה חושב שהוא יראה אותי?
וואלה, כן. יש מצב שנרגיע לזה משהו.
Yeah, I think Romina will make it happen. And then and the first night, this is the second night out, or a third or something. The first night out, we'll see in a minute, they're rocking away to this band. I went back in whoever they are.
צריך לראות את זה להעביר עכשיו.
והם פנו אליו מהצוות שהבן סבנפולד
The A7X Israel team reached out to him.
בארץ, והשיגו ממנו הצהרה ככה.
For you and Ayada.
מה, אני בשוק.
אלופים.
אוי, איך אתמול שמענו את השיר שלהם, זה גם...
Yeah, let's say listen to songs, it is just overwhelming.
זה היה הרבה יותר טוב מהשנתיים שדמיינתי את זה.
It was so much better than imagining it for 2 years.
אתמול אתה ואביתר שמעת...
Last night you and Evitar listened to A7X and it was crazy.
סבנפולד זה היה מטורף.
זה כאילו אני שומע...
It felt like my soul had left my body. One
מתחיל מהגוף. אני לא צריך להגיד לך.
איזה קטע.
לא מאמין שהוא עושה את הסרטון הזה. אומייגאד.
Yes, the night of their release. And again, I said this on Tuesday. That's why we fought, right? That's why we went to war. And it really is. It's so like there's so many things that are different now. Like after every prayer service, there was a two verses of Psalms that we would read, right, for the safety of the hostages. And in my personal prayers, it was a big deal. It was like, I prayed for the soldiers, I prayed for the hostages. They should be given strength and get through. So they should come home. And now that's all gone. It's just like, what's life without all this stuff you have to do all the time? It's wonderful, right? It's absolutely wonderful. One last thing before I move on, which is just why I love this. Look. The Trump administration, the first thing they had me when they freed this guy called Rabashkin, who was he was stitched up, something chronic by anti-Semites. Essentially, he was this really, really sweet, innocent guy who ran the biggest kosher meat packing company in America. He was screwed over, something chronic. And Trump gave him a pardon, right? So you had me from there, and then you had me at moving the embassy. But now it's just like I would take a bullet for it, right? After doing this for us, I feel like doing it for me, right? I would take a bullet for it without blinking. I really would. This is massive, right? Anyway, so they're revoking the visa, and again, Marco Rubio. It just gets more awesome by the minute. Right, they're revoking the visas of anybody who openly mocked the death of Charlie Kirk, and good for them, right? Good for them. Here's Caroline Levitt talking about it. This spokesman for the White House.
Our country, if you are inciting violence, if you are siding with terrorists, we have revoked the visas of pro-Hamas individuals in our country who are...
And we love you for that, let me tell you.
...engaging in some of the campus shutdowns and locking down American universities. We are not going to tolerate illegal behavior. We're not going to allow you to side with assassins and terrorists. Having a visa to this country is a privilege. It is not a right. And if you are wishing death upon America, you won't be welcome here anymore.
It just seems to be like the return of morality, which is, a strange and good thing. Now, my name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.